As we all know that there are so many peer programs in Canada, and each of these peer programs has their own motive and requirements. But you as a foreigner, never been to Canada, don't know much about Canadian immigration, how to know about which of these peer program would be better for you. Therefore, not just knowing the peer program, but also understanding their motive is very important. Right? And another thing is that, it is very difficult to say that, how PNP programs or the pilot programs select the candidate, on what basis they provide an ITA or the provincial nomination. But there is something basic you must understand before you apply. That's why I came up with this video to guide you through, to give you a stepping stone towards your Canada journey. Hi guys, my name is Ram from Edmonton, Canada, and you're watching the Candid Vlogs. Alright, first of all, let's see what are the differences between the provincial nominee program and the pilot programs. Alright guys, let's have a look at the differences between the PNP programs and pilot programs, right? Have multiple stream or choice. In the provincial nominee program, there are many options. Like you can apply in the foreign worker streams, there are student streams, entrepreneur, likewise, right? There are many options, many choice. Whereas in the pilot programs, there are no choice, only one stream. That is, just look for a job, find a job, and if you get a job offer, apply it. Like that, right? May or may not need job offer. In the provincial nominee program, right, in some province they don't need job offer, whereas in some province they need job offer. It depends on which province PNP program you are going to apply. Like for example, if you're applying in Saskatchewan, there is no job offer required, right? So likewise, and if you're applying with British Columbia, then they need a job offer, okay? In the pilot programs, you must have valid job offer. High IELTS score for success. Here you can see in the provincial nominee programs, you might have seen in their requirement that they have retained that even IELTS score 4. But the thing is that, if you have IELTS score only 4, but if you don't have any friends and relatives in that province, in the Saskatchewan, then you will not get enough points, right? Like 60 points and above, isn't it? Therefore, if you have a high score in the IELTS, then only you will get enough points, then you can get through, you can get success, right? Or otherwise you have to have any friends or relatives from where you'll get some points, right? Additional points, then only you get good points. Otherwise, you require to have a high score. Whereas in the pilot programs, IELTS score is not that very big deal there, right? Because there the important is that whether you can get a job or not. So that is the important thing. So even if you have a low IELTS score, but you have a good work experience, you have a good skills, good training, then if you can get a job, that's done. Define age limit. In the provincial nominee program, age limit is important there, right? Because each of these programs, they have a limit, they have a age limit, like below 35 or below 40, something like that, and they provide the points based on the age. Whereas in the pilot programs, age is no limit, okay? There's no such things, okay? Like this should be the age. Whereas of course the employer will look for the younger candidates, right? Below 35 or below something like that, but there's no age limit as specifically. And in the provincial nominee program, points is very important there. You must meet the required points. Like in the Saskatchewan, you need to meet 60 points, right? SINP points. Likewise, in different other programs, you need to meet the points. But in the pilot programs, there are no any points factor, okay? So guys, based on this information, the differences between the PNP programs and the pilot programs, you can understand, you can figure out which program would be suitable for you, right? So you just see this comparison and then choose which one will be better for you, right? All the best. Now the next important thing which you have to know is the motive. First of all, I will talk about the provincial nominee programs, okay? The main motive of the provincial nominee program is to invite highly educated and highly skilled professionals based on their current in-demand occupations in their province. Okay? Whereas the main motive of the pilot program is to fulfill the current labor shortages by inviting the foreign nationals, so that the foreign workers not only fulfill their current labor shortages but also increase the population in the rural Canada. So this is the two difference, okay? Whenever you are planning to apply for any provincial nominee program, first of all, you must do a thorough research about that particular province. Okay, let's say for example, if you're planning to apply in Alberta, then first of all you do research about Alberta. What are the major occupations of Alberta? What are the major industries here, the services here in Alberta? Okay, so that you can understand, so that you can figure out what could be the major in-demand occupations in Alberta. Here in Alberta, right, in Express Entry, some people whose CRS score is 410, they got an ITA. Whereas at the same time, those people whose CRS score are 420 did not got an ITA, did not receive an ITA. Why? It is all because of the in-demand occupation, because some occupation Alberta doesn't need. Now to tell you which PR program would be better for you is depend on what you are. Let me give an example. If your education is lower than bachelor, if your IELTS score is lower than 6, okay, like 5, 4 or something like that, okay, and if your age is over 35, then provincial nominee program is not for you, okay, because you won't get the required points. Like its provincial nominee programs has their own points, right? Like Saskatchewan, they have SINP points, and likewise different other programs, Manitoba and so on, they have their own points, like base points, pass mark. So with these qualifications, you won't get the required points, okay, or the cutoff score. So better not to waste your time. For you, the only option left is these pilot programs, rural and northern immigration pilot programs, or you can go to try on in the regional immigration pilot program or in the AIPP, whichever is fit for you, okay, wherever you find a job. That's the only alternative left, okay. And for those old people, if your education is master degree or higher, have like a good IELTS score, and you have a good number of skills, right, and work experience and everything, then you apply in the provincial nominee programs. But another thing is that, you know, as I told you, that whenever you apply the provincial nominee programs, first of all, make your decision in choosing the provincial nominee program based on if you have any relative or not, okay. So wherever you have a relative, for example, if you have a relative in Alberta, then better you apply in the Alberta's provincial nominee program, okay, because here you have a relative, so based on your relative, you'll get additional point in your adaptability. Likewise, for all those people who have a relative in Manitoba, apply the Manitoba's provincial nominee program. If you have relatives in the Saskatchewan, apply in the Saskatchewan provincial nominee program, okay. So in this way, you have to choose the provincial nominee program. For all those people who don't have any relatives or friends here in Canada, then you have to choose the provincial nominee program based on your occupation. As I told you earlier, that each province has their own requirement, right? They have their in-demand occupation. And to know which province has their what kind of occupations in demand, for that you have to research about the province, their major occupations, their industries, their economic, and so on. Right, guys? So do that one, do that all the homework, and wherever you see that your occupation is in demand, apply in that provincial nominee program. Alright guys, I hope you guys understood. If you have still any confusion, if you still don't understand what I'm trying to say, then please write it down in the comment. I'll try my best to give you a more legible answer, okay? Alright guys, that's all for today. Thank you very much for watching me. I don't want to make a video more longer and bore you, right? I will see you in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, take care, have a good day. Bye-bye.